The Chippewas ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 9.
Take over.
Looking for a gap. It's Tomlinson. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something.
Snagged it, and there's running room. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
They're going to run it.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Looking to throw, it's Vick. Fires to the middle. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences are that now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll go to the fullback. Got room to work. There's a crease. And they get him out of bounds after explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. The definition of rumbling, and I think he was looking around for somebody to tackle him after a while.
I don't know if the defense even thought he was getting the football, but he had a massive lane to run through. There was just nobody there defensively to make that stop.
And the Chippewas trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's Bailey. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll start this drive firing. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that tight end looking like a svelte wide receiver, laying out with all that athletic ability to still control your body, make the catch. Nice effort by the tight end.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking for a crease. It's Tomlinson. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground with the running back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll run it to the right side. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll run it to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Third and 6 yards to go. Might be changing the route. Right back to the well. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
And the Tigers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another player.
Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal.
All right, well, they've been trying to run the football to get it in here. You're right on the doorstep. I like maybe setting up a jumbo formation, maybe going play action, see if you can sneak a guy out into the flat for the score.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off, and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Nicholas. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
And you just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing the pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays up.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Chippewas will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. Fires left. Got his man. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points.
A shot toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. The Tigers will kick it away to crank up the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. The Chippewas offense makes its way out to start the drive. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical. They've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the tie? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the second half, they've got to get something going.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's looking deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Bring in the heat. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Bailey. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. He might want another play. On the run, it's Tomlinson. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying to impose their will with the run. Makes it past the marker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The run to the right. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Big fullback's got it. Past the 45. Nothing but green grass down the middle. The tag. Touchdown, Tigers. That one will give them the lead.
Well, it's been a defensive war this entire game. You're wondering who can break through. Give this offense a lot of credit. It has not been easy, but they've been physical. They did a really nice job, I think, with play calling there and setting things up. And finally, someone is able to get on the board.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with an explosive in the running game, a 59-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Here's a heat. And down he goes.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Let's see how much they can get on 2nd and 9 from the 20. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And you want to know why this team is losing? Look no further than this statistic, guys. Their best receiver doesn't have a catch yet in this game. There they try to go his way again. The defense has completely shut him down.
And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
And the fullbacks, usually are typically...
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, looking to pass. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down.
That's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Give to the fullback. Thrust that arm out. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Going downfield for the big play. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. A picture-perfect afternoon for EA Sports College Football. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. It's the Missouri Tigers and the SMU Mustangs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
I caught up with the Mustangs head coach before the game. One thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. And the Mustangs headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. On the ground, it's Tomlinson. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Hand off to the fullback. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Run it with the fullback. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down. Quarterback making checks. Give to the big fullback. They make the stop, but not before. He gets enough to convert on 4th down, and rolling the dice pays off.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Maybe some room here. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The give to the fullback. Hard-hitting tackle. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Fullback's got it. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Just keeps moving. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the big fullback. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up, and he finally gets to touch the football.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Missouri!
And that's a great job finishing the drive, but man, I gotta go back. I love the fourth down call. Being aggressive, first drive of the football game for this offense. They set a tone, they cap it off, they create momentum to start.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Coming out with it, it's Moore. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Catch in the middle, it's screen. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Pressure coming. Complete in the middle. Slips a tackle and he's got room. Snags it and he's open. Past the 20. Touchdown, Mustangs! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Quarterback may change this route. Running it to the right. Turning it on! Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And sometimes you live by the blitz, and sometimes you die by the blitz. And right there, great job blocking, understanding it was coming. And then somebody had to make a play in space, and he took it a long way.
You're right, David. It's always a risk by the defense. And if you don't have good gap integrity with the blitz, then the offense can pop one. And that's exactly what happened on that run. Everybody up front not getting flustered, just staying in their tracks, getting their blocks, giving their running back a lane. He uses that speed, and that's just not a touchdown, man. That is a long highlight reel TD.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Running inside, it's Dickey. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And we've come to the end of 1, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Dropping back, it's Levitt. Fires to the right. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come-to-Jesus.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The give to the left. He's stopping behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Under fire. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out in the field because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive. And he does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package now setting up 4th and long.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Levin. That's caught. It's Green. Breaks into the open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Could be an alley. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Mustangs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mustangs.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Leaves it with the back. There he goes. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
He wants to change this route. Now they'll run it to the right here. Got enough for the first. Open space at the 25. Off and running. And he scores! Touchdown, Tigers!
And just keep feeding this guy the football, and this scoreboard's going to keep lighting up. This dude is unbelievable. He needs just a little bit of space, and he has gone off to the races. This offense, David, has so many weapons, but this running back is a game changer.
He is, and so many weapons is right. This defense has had absolutely no answer so far. Giving up way too many points early in this football game. They need to have a conversation on the sidelines. Get the defensive coordinator, get everybody involved. They need more juice, and they got to find some answers fast.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Dropping back, it's Levitt. The sure hands, it's Wingo. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Hey, guys, I'm kind of shocked. That's the first time we've called his name. And it's one thing for it to be his first catch going into the half, but that's the first target. This offense is an offense that needs him to be explosive.
Looking for a big play. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They called PI on the offense this time. Now on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Really good toughness by the QB to hang in there, take a big shot, but I will not give him credit for throwing into double coverage. So, nice job hanging in there, being tough. Make a better decision. Do not throw into double coverage. He got lucky that was an interception.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run play action. Here comes the Heat. The Heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
And that's one the quarterback just has to learn from. When you're backed up like that, you've got to be able to get